Boom! Guys, listen up. There we are again. Day 11 from the 30-30 challenge. In the 30 days where I'm showing everyone the lessons that I wish that school have taught me instead of all of the nonsense that they have taught me. Alright? And in today's stream, we are going to discuss something that is pretty interesting, I would say. Like I mentioned on my story as well, it wouldn't surprise me if this may cause to the end of the series itself. But let's see. Because I am going to discuss a topic today that I wanted to discuss in the beginning. But because people are so sensitive to this topic, I would say, I didn't do it in the beginning, and I just wanted to make sure that some lessons I already showed you in the 10 days. Alright, so from now on, we will do it a bit differently. And again, maybe this is the last stream, but let's see. Guys, first of all, thank you all for being here on which day is it? Thursday night. What is one of the most important things is that you grab your notebook, yeah? Grab your pen for today, and I want you to write things down. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm here to educate people, not to entertain people, all right? So I want to make sure that everyone today is ready, sits ready, and I please want you to type done in the chat if you're sitting ready with your pen and with your paper, so we can actually start. And again, guys, today is going to be a bit of a different stream. So what I'm going to do today is I will share my screen itself, and we are going to watch some videos, all right? And on those videos, I'm going to give my honest opinion about how I think the reality is, okay? And again, you may agree, you may disagree, that's all on you. But I think that for today, this is the perfect example, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, the journey that you are starting and the 10 days that we just did is literally, is meant to be the start for your entrepreneurial journey, all right? And it's the start for you to actually start without the surroundings who are telling you that you shouldn't start, all right? So it can be a bit scary for you. And today I'm going to show you the entire mechanism, and I'm going to unfold the entire mechanism about why people actually try to hold you down, why they don't like what you are going to do, all right? And this is not because they hate you, but this is because they were programmed in this way. So today we are going to unfold what the programming is, all right? And how the programming all started. So we are going to unfold the programming itself. As you guys see, I have a very big smile on my face. The reason for this is because this is one of my favorite short movies, I would say, that we are going to watch today and that we are going to discuss. And one of my biggest goals is to open some eyes today, all right? So I cannot wait to do this, all right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen, and I hope that everyone hears what I'm hearing, because otherwise the entire stream is done, I would say, yeah? So let's see, and let's hope that there are no technical issues, all right? So there we go. Boom. Da-da-da-da. There you see it, guys. This is the screen, and I hope that you guys can hear the sound as well. We are going to start, again, I'm going to pause the video when I want to pause the video for some more explanation. I want you to be very open-minded for this one and see how this may or how your life got affected by this video, all right? So that is what we are going to do now. So be ready. I see that everyone has their pen ready. I see that everyone has their paper ready. So let's just dive deeper into it, all right? So let's go.
Mr. Jones owned a cotton plantation and many slaves. One day he was talking to the owner of the plantation next to his, and Mr. Jones was lamenting the fact that times were tough. He was having to work his slaves harder than ever, and was having trouble with some of them being disobedient or trying to run away. The other plantation owner said he knew someone who could help.
So guys, what do we hear here? There is some plantation somewhere, all right? And use your creativity, use your brains to what I am thinking of when I'm thinking of a plantation, all right? Again, it's your creativity, it's your own imagination. So if you want to see it as a real plantation, see it as a plantation. But if you want to see it as something else, see it as something else, all right? So we have this plantation right here, and the owner of this plantation, he has struggles with keeping the people who are working for him dedicated to keep working for him, all right? So he has struggles leading them. And now he gets someone in, some secret help, yeah? So he needs some secret help to run the plantation itself. Again, whatever secret guy it is, that's on you, all right?
Day 1.
One day, Mr. Jones called his slaves together so a man named Mr. Smith could talk to them. Before beginning, Mr. Smith whispered to Mr. Jones, "Whatever I say, do not contradict me or interfere, and I promise you your slave troubles will end." "My name is Mr. Smith," he said to the slaves, "and this may be the happiest day of your lives. From today forward, you will no longer be slaves, but free men." Mr. Jones was so shocked he started to step forward, but Mr. Smith gestured for him to remain silent. He did, only because the other plantation owner had spoken so highly of Mr. Smith's skills. "You are no longer the property of Mr. Jones," Mr. Smith continued. "You are free. No more would you be forced to labor for the benefit of Mr. Jones. Now you can work for yourselves." Now the slaves were all murmuring and looking at each other. Many were smiling, many were looking puzzled. "In fact, you are now free to leave the plantation whenever you want," Mr. Smith said. "However, since we are surrounded by other plantations, if you leave, some other plantation owner will likely claim you as his own the moment you set foot on his property. So I urge you not to risk your newfound freedom by doing something so foolish. Instead, I suggest that you stay here, no longer as slaves, but as willing participants and part owners of this plantation. Yes, this is now your plantation." Mr. Jones bit his tongue to keep from objecting. "For now, we might as well leave Mr. Jones in charge," said Mr. Smith, "since he is the only one with any experience."
Okay, guys, so what I want you to understand right here. In the beginning, Mr. Jones had problems with running the people who worked for him, all right? With leading them. Because they wanted more. Because they saw we are getting treated like shit, I would say, yeah? So they were going they were demonstrating all of the time, all right? Because they were slaves, and they wanted to make sure that they were not anymore, all right? Because for them, hard work, and they didn't get paid anything. So then the secret guy, yeah? So the secret guy came up, secret, and he stand in front of the owner of the plantation. And he said, "You know what, guys? I'm going to make sure that all of you are free from now on, all right?" And because of this, everyone, instead of wanting to demonstrate, thought, "Oh, we are going to be free. So we are not slaves anymore." Yeah? The thing is that's the only information he gave. Yeah? So people were very happy with just this bit of information. And what he then said is, "Listen up. Because you already are on this property, and we make sure that you are safe right here, because you can just work and you can be safe, yeah? So what is considered safe is what you should ask yourself, all right? So what is actually safe? What is the safe life? Yeah? Because if you're looking at the slaves itself, is it actually a safe life if they don't have enough to eat, yeah? And for all of the money that they work for, they will not even see a single penny. They will just see the food, all right? That keeps them enough to stay alive, I would say, yeah? So this is what they are getting in return, just some food and a place to sleep. And what they say is, "Listen up, but you need to understand, we are caring for you in your best interest, and if you go outside of this plantation, someone else might catch you, and you will be way worse off than here, all right?" And this is just one big illusion, because at the end of the day, how well are they actually off at the moment, all right? And this is something I want to ask you. How good is the average life in your country, all right? Because in most countries, the average life is stressing about the bills every single month, is making your wife work, because otherwise you cannot be the man in the house, because you cannot even pay the house, all right? Now to have a household Just when you have your own house and 2 children, both parents need to work. Because it's impossible to pay all of the bills when just one man is working with an average salary. Alright? So how good and how safe is the average life that we are currently living? This is what you should ask yourself. Alright? So when you look at your own plantation, I would say, how good are you actually treated? Or how good is the average guy in your plantation? And again, plantation is an imaginary thing. Do whatever, think of ever you want, yeah? Just your own thoughts, all right? Ask yourself, how good is the average guy treated in here, all right? Because what they say is, listen up, if you go outside, they will treat you even worse. Well, if I'm looking at this scenario right here, and if I'm looking at the people who are living at this plantation, they are already living, I would say, one of the worst lives ever. Yeah. So they don't have anything to lose already. But because of this, they make the illusion that they have something to lose. Yeah. So let's continue with the video.
At running a plantation, which is quite a complicated thing to manage. But he will no longer be your master, but just another worker on the plantation. In fact, he will now be using his organizational and management skills to serve you. Whatever problems you may have had with him before, you are now all equals, and you need each other to make this work. If we all cooperate and work together, we can all reap the benefits together.
So when we're looking at this, now he says, all out of a sudden, guys, don't go anywhere else and don't try to do it on your own, because this guy knows how to rule it. All right? Trust this guy because he knows more about running a plantation than you do. Well, the day before, they were all protesting that this guy couldn't do anything, right? But because of the way how he frames it, now everyone sees this guy as their savior, as the guy who is going to help them, as the guy who provides for them, all right? So now he uses this, and now he says, listen up. Because for this to work, everyone needs to cooperate, all right? And that is what he is going to talk about now.
In honor of this happy occasion, I present you this new symbol of togetherness and cooperation, this flag, which shall be the emblem of the new Free Jones Plantation. He held up the new flag, but most of those listening were still too amazed to respond. And this shall be our motto, Mr. Smith announced. We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones Plantation, which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all. To celebrate, everyone has the rest of the day off. Enjoy your freedom, do as you please, and be back here tomorrow morning, bright and early, so that we may begin work on this great and noble new endeavor as equal free men. Finally convinced that Mr. Smith was serious, the former slaves applauded and cheered.
So as you guys can see, this guy came up front, yeah, made sure that this guy became the go-to guy. And what happened now? Literally all of the slaves now said, you know what? Indeed, we should trust this guy. Yeah? And even we should all cooperate to help this guy make it even better. Yeah? Because at the end of the day, our new motto is that we should all work together. Yeah? To become equal. So how equal is it actually if you work the entire day, just get food, and what happens with the actual cotton? Yeah? So you produce a lot of cotton, yeah? You produce a lot of cotton, but you get food in return. Is that the fair price of cotton is the question. Yeah? And this is something you need to ask yourself, guys. When you're working all day, yeah? What you are working for and what you are giving away, does it make sense? And again, I'm just talking about the plantation, guys. I'm just talking about the plantation. So you need to understand, one of the tricks that he did right here on day 1 was, first of all, you are free, yeah? So let's do it like this. Lie number 1, yeah? Lie 1. Free, yeah? So that people were free. From now on, everyone is free. But you can go outside, but if you go outside, someone else will take you, so don't go outside. All right? Is that really free? Yeah? Is that the feeling of being free? Okay? So that is lie number 1. You are free, but if you go outside, there are consequences. Now, lie number 2. We need this guy to rule because we don't know how to do it. Yeah? We don't know. Well, it is quite weird because at the end of the day, we were the guys who yesterday were not very happy about what this guy did. So does he actually know how to run a plantation? That's the question. All right? That's the question. Now we will move on to line number 3. Yeah? And line number 3 is that everything is for a mutual cause. All right? So if you do something, you contribute for the other ones. Yeah? And we should all operate under the same flag of the plantation. Yeah? Under the same flag to make this work. Yeah? And we all have one motto. And that is that we should all operate together for mutual freedom. So the more you work, the more another guy benefits, right? So that's what we have learned from day one. From Mr. Smith. The secret guy who just somewhere came to us, alright? Guys, write this down, please. Type done in the chat if you're done writing and like this channel and subscribe to the channel, alright? We've gained almost 700 followers, or subscribers it is called, in, what is it? So 11 days. Let's make the numbers run up, alright? I want to go to at least 1K with this live streams. Thanks guys, Rolex today for not being a sponsor of this video, but just creating a very nice whiteboard cleaner. There we go. Okay, so that is number 1, yeah? We should remember this secret guy. So I will not put him away. So that is number 1. Let's move on to day 2, guys. Let's move on to day 2.
Day 2.
We all want this plantation to do well, Mr. Smith said at the beginning of the next meeting, so we can all share in the benefits. We all know that it takes a lot of effort to make a cotton plantation work.
So that's line number 1. We started not even for a second. We all want this for, again, mutual benefit. But if we're going to look at the end of the line, who actually benefits from this? Because you just get the same food as the day that you were unhappy, and you have the same freedom as the day that you were unhappy. Alright? So how mutual are you actually working for? What is actually the mutual benefit? Yeah?
Just because you're all free doesn't mean you can stop working. In fact, since you're now working for yourselves, I expect you to work even harder than ever before, but now with pride and joy, knowing that you're working for yourselves. Of course, there still have to be rules. If everyone...
There we have line number 2, again. Line number 2. Working for themselves, yeah? Are you actually working for yourself? If all of the money that you bring in, you need to give away more than 50% on the plantation. Are you actually working for yourself? The harder you work, the more you benefit for yourself. Let's see. Let's see. Okay? So that is lie number 2. Yeah? You are working for yourself, but you don't get anything more. But you need to work harder now, because from now on you work for yourself. Yeah? Let's believe that.
And just does whatever he wants, the plantation won't produce anything. This experiment will fail and we'll all starve. You should be thankful that Mr. Jones has agreed to stay on to lend his knowledge and skills to this endeavor, and I trust you will all do your own part to make this work. Several of you have been chosen to act as project supervisors to manage different aspects of the operation, to make sure everyone is doing his assigned job, to make sure that the rules are followed, and so on. The rest of you may head out to the fields to start your first day of work as free men.
Okay, so guys, now we have some people, yeah, in the plantation itself, who are the helpers. All right. So now we have some guys who are actually trying to get the law inside of there. All right. So I would say policemen for the plantation. And of course, they need to believe in the motto, yeah? Because the motto is the more you work, the more equally it will be benefit, all right? Please, guys, write this down. Write this down. Yeah? And again, work harder. And of course, line number 4 is you need to be thankful, yeah? You need to be thankful for that you live in a plantation where the average man cannot even eat these days. You need to be very happy about that, all right? You need to be very proud about that at the moment. Be proud and be happy that you have such opportunities on this plantation. Because when you make money, everyone benefits from it. Yeah? So that is what we learned from day 2. Yeah? Please, guys, write this down. Yeah? Write this down so we can continue. Again, guys, let me make myself bigger. Line number 1. This is something we all want for the mutual benefit. Type done in the chat if you're done, by the way. Besides this, line number 2. Everyone is working from themselves. Yeah? Even though everyone gives almost everything away again. So is it actually working for themselves? Now 3. We need some people who can actually take hold of the plantation itself. And then we will move on to number 4. And that is we need to be thankful. Alright? We need to be thankful that this guy who we hated 2 days ago is actually one of the smartest guys out there because he gave us the opportunity. Is what the secret guy says. Yeah? That we don't know or never saw. So be thankful. Yeah? Good. I see some people are done again. Okay, let's continue.
Day 3.
The next morning, Mr. Smith had a grim expression on his face as the daily meeting began. "I have an unpleasant duty to do today," he said. "Yesterday, Charles was caught keeping some of the cotton he picked, presumably to sell for his own personal profit. That is against the rules. That is stealing."
Wait. So Charles, working on his own plantation, grabbing its own cotton, selling it for profit, now is a criminal and needs to be punished? Okay. Makes sense. So we have Charles that steals now because he works the entire day for his own business and now he sells it for a profit. But that's not good. Because of the motto. Yeah? Everyone needs to be... mutual benefits. Again, yeah? Mutual benefits. So no, Charles. Don't sell your own cotton for 50 euros. Yeah? Because you will get bread. Not 50 euros. 50 euros needs to be mutual to... oh no, wait. All of the other slaves, they get bread as well. No. This one needs to go to him because we are thankful. We are very thankful, yeah, that we have this opportunity, yeah. So we need to be very, 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 very thankful, guys. Charles, he's a douchebag, yeah.
For that, Charles must be punished. 2 men tied Charles to the whipping post. "I take no joy in this," Mr. Smith continued, "but you must understand, if we do not maintain order, if we do not have rules that we all abide by, then the plantation will fail and we will all suffer." The whip...
Again, guys, we will all suffer if this doesn't work. So he is framing everyone inside of the plantation itself. Yeah, everyone now thinks that Charles really did something bad because now they need to suffer for what Charles did. Well, actually, what Charles did was literally stealing nothing from them. But now because they think this, yeah, and now because this is the frame, now every time when someone steals, they think, oh no, wait, no, but he is stealing from me. Yeah, he is the problem. Charles, don't do this. You're a bad guy. Yeah, don't do this. Because at the end of the day, our motto is that we need to do this all for mutual benefit. Yeah, and that 50 euros should have gone to him. Because he is treating us so nice. He is giving us bread every single day. But we need to work harder. But we don't get more bread. Okay, all fine.
Cracked against Charles' back. "But if we all pitch in for the common good, then we can all prosper. Being free doesn't mean you should be selfish and greedy. We must each do our assigned duties and obey the rules, and then we can all benefit, and each of you will receive your appropriate share of the profits.
Exactly, guys. So understand that never ever do it yourself, because then you're selfish. All right? So if you're Charles, who is making profits from his own business, but he's not giving it back to... You're a selfish guy. Yeah? That is what you should understand. You are a selfish guy for not doing that. Because even though I can still eat the same bread and do all of the things, you are a douchebag. Because he deserves it. And we need to be thankful for the opportunities that he gave us. Alright?
A young man named Samuel stepped forward. But if you and Mr. Jones decide the rules and whip us if we disobey, how is that any different from what we had before? How can you say that? Mr. Smith asked. I'm shocked. You were a slave before, and now you're free. Things still need to be managed and organized by those best qualified to do so. Do you know how to run a plantation, Samuel? Well, no, he answered. But if we're free, why do we get no say in what the rules are and how things work? I'm surprised at your ingratitude, Mr. Smith answered. None of you know how a plantation is run, so you're in no position to be making decisions about how things are done here. You don't seem to appreciate all the things that Mr. Jones provides for you, from protecting you from all...
Again, guys, because you stand up for your profit and now you say something, you're a selfish guy. And never ever do this, but you need to show gratitude to the guy who knows everything about how to run a plantation. Even though you totally disagreed with this 3 days ago, now you should understand that he is the guy who made this all possible for you. Yeah? Understand that, please. You need to show gratitude, alright? So when we're looking at this, let's make it note. Yeah? Note. We always need to show gratitude, even though we didn't get anything in return. Alright? But if you're not doing this, you are a selfish guy towards all of these people. Yeah? Because they don't see what you are seeing. Yeah? So all of the guys who are waiting in the corner, even though you are seeing the difference, because they don't see the difference, the entire mechanism keeps on working. Alright? And if you start to say something about this, you will get silenced. Yeah? Because if you are starting to say something about it, you are ungrateful. And you need to be a grateful guy towards the plantation. Yeah? Never ever be an ungrateful guy.
All the outside threats you know nothing about, those who would come here, capture and enslave you, if not for Mr. Jones' protection, to making sure that you all have food and housing, tools to work with,
And just look at your current thing, eh? So just look at your current imagination. Yeah? How is that one run at the moment? How is it going? Does the system that you are in work? Yeah? Does the plantation that you are currently in work? Or the guy who stands here, does he know how to rule it? Or do you disagree with a lot of things? If you disagree with a lot of things, there's a very big chance that if you open up about this, you will get a lot of hate from people around you. Yeah? Why? Because the people around you, again, they don't want to see it. They are fine with the bread because they are free now. Okay? They can leave whatever they want. But if they leave, it's even worse there. Yeah? So they will just stay and be happy that this guy rules. Yeah? But because you don't agree with this, who cares about you? Yeah? It's all about the greater good. It's all about the mutual benefit. Okay? So don't do this, otherwise you're a bad guy. Understand this.
cared for when sick and injured, and so on. There wouldn't be a plantation at all, no cotton to pick, no land to plant and harvest, if not for him. You should be grateful that he's made possible the level of comfort you now have. Your life...
Imagine, guys, he literally says that you need to be grateful that you can pick cotton right there. All right? And this is something I really, really, really want to say to every one of you. Understand that outside of the plantation that you are currently in, there are endless opportunities. All right? Endless. And you need to understand that for most people, you have nothing to lose but everything to win. But you need to understand that at the end of the day, you don't have to convince the entire group who is behind this guy that the system itself doesn't work. Just go outside for yourself and understand that there's nothing scary there. But you need to understand that if you don't listen, or if everyone wouldn't listen to this guy, the system wouldn't work anymore. All right? Understand that picking cotton itself, you're worth way more than that thing. that you are doing. And again, use your imagination for what the pick and cutting is. I know one thing, and that is everyone who is watching this, and I'm doing these things. I'm doing these streams now for 11 days, and I think every 11 days the same people watch this. You are worth way more than this, all right? So don't let anyone outside of the, or inside of the plantation tell you not to go outside. Because at the end of the day, if you don't agree with what's happening here, do whatever you want, all right?
Lives would be far worse if not for him. Nevertheless, as free and equal participants in this endeavor, from now on at each meeting, any worker may have 2 minutes to ask questions or voice suggestions or complaints. With that, the workers all seemed satisfied and headed out again to the fields to pick the cotton.
So that is the other note, all right? So the other note at day 3 is that they have 2 minutes to talk now. Yeah? Because they want to make sure that there are no more Charleses who just stand up and say the things like I'm currently doing to you, all right? They don't like this guy who just talks to say, guys, let's just walk outside and see what happens, okay? So now in 2 minutes, you cannot explain a lot. We are inside of this stream already for half an hour, okay? And imagine, yeah? Imagine doing this in 2 minutes. It's almost impossible. And that's how you get silence. And that's why I said there may be a chance that even this thing right here is not on YouTube anymore for I don't know when. Yeah, because this is what happened a lot of times online with a lot of very big names. They tried to say something in the 2 minutes, but boom, they went over the 2 minutes and now they get punished, like Charles. Yeah, so that's a bit crazy, I would say. So write down, guys. Number 1, we have Charles. Yeah, the guy who tries to convince everyone that nothing has changed, because he is telling the truth. Actually, nothing has changed, just the idea of being free. But if you are free, you're still not free. Then we have note number 2, and that is if you ask the questions, you will get silenced directly. Then we have number 3, and that is again that you need to be grateful for this guy because he gives you endless opportunities. And I want to ask every one of you, which opportunities do you currently get? All right, and what do you get in return? Okay?
Day 4.
Please type done in the chat if you're done, by the way.
I have a big announcement, Mr. Smith said as the daily meeting began. Mr. Jones' cousin is here, and not just to visit and see how our project is coming along. It has been decided that from now on, you will be deciding who will manage the plantation. Of course, this job can't be done by just anyone, but every 3 months we will have a special meeting at which all the workers will vote on whether we think Mr. Jones should run the plantation or whether we think his cousin, Mr. Johnson, should run the plantation. That means that ultimately you are in charge because you will be deciding which man you want running things on your behalf.
Okay, so now they found a solution for this Charles guy, okay? Because Charles said, listen up, I don't trust this entire thing. And of course, when you say this, some people might listen and think, maybe he's got a point. So they solved this point, yeah? They solved the problem. So what did they do? Because everyone is free, now what they are doing is they say, okay, you know what? They need to keep this mindset that they are really free. So what are we going to do is we will just get the cousin of this guy, yeah? So the cousin of this guy, he will pop up. He will, of course, still have all of the same interest that this guy had, and he doesn't care any about these guys. But now people have the freedom to choose who is going to lead, all right? But at the end of the day, guys, you need to understand that even though you have the freedom to choose, at the end of the day, this guy is still behind it, all right? And this guy still knows what he is going to do with all of the people. Let me draw it here because I see that you guys can see this. Please understand that these are the guys who decide what everyone right here is doing. And it's literally a programming or a way to program you, all right? Giving you the idea that you are really free. Well, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who you choose because it will still be the same family, and the same family most probably has the same interest. So one will take the ultimate thing to the nice side, and the other one to the other side, all right? So you have one very big left and one very big right. And the people inside have the ability to choose. Yeah? And now they are going to make a battle who to vote for. Yeah, vote for me because I'm going to make your life better and you will have more freedom. And then the other one says, no, vote for me, we're going to work harder so you guys will have more benefits. All right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you choose because they will have the same interest.
If you don't like the way things are being managed, you now have the power to change it. Amazed and pleased, the workers headed out again to the fields to pick the cotton. Days passed, months passed, a year passed, and the plantation continued to operate as before. Sometimes Mr. Jones was in charge, sometimes Mr. Johnson was in charge, but the day-to-day routine stayed exactly the same. The workers worked hard, long hours every day, and still had little to show for it.
Again, guys, 1 year has passed after those 4 days. And when they were very, very, very close to doing the right thing, stepping up for themselves with the entire group, now just because one guy had a mechanism, 1 year has passed, nothing has changed, and they are still living the same miserable life as they wanted to demonstrate for. But now because they see it from a different perspective, because they are free now at the end of the day it doesn't matter, and they are doing this for now with a smile. Yeah? Well, at the end of the day, nothing has changed.
Every day the meeting would begin with them all reciting the Jones Plantation motto, "We work together as free men for our mutual benefit, pledging our allegiance to the Jones Plantation."
We are working together as free men, working for beneficial or mutual benefits. All right? Free men. Every single day. This is what they tell you to do. This is a free plantation. Yeah? This is a free plantation. You have all of the freedom that ever you want. Yeah? But don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do this. But you are free. Totally free. But don't do this, and don't do... Oh, wait, you want to speak? No. 2 minutes. But no, but you're a free man. Yeah? And at the end of the day, everything that you're doing is for our mutual benefit. So work harder. But nothing changes for you. So the harder you work, you won't get any more bread.
Which stands for prosperity, liberty, and justice for all. One day, Mr. Smith announced, "Samuel is asked to say a few words this morning, and whatever the rest of us may think of his ideas and opinions, we are all free here, and that means we are all allowed to speak our minds. So, Samuel, you have 2 minutes. Begin." Samuel stepped forward, looking scared. "I was excited when all this started," he began, glancing nervously at Mr. Smith and Mr. Jones. "But don't you all see what's happened here? Nothing has changed. We're all still slaves."
And this guy is you. Yeah, this is the guy who must represent you. All right. I think that you are watching this because you agree with what this guy is saying. So I want you to understand that the guy who is talking right now is you, and what is going to happen right now will most probably feel very, very, very relatable for you. All right.
Slaves? There were grumbles of disagreement from the crowd. "They tell us what to do and whip us if we don't. They still make all the rules and punish us if we disobey. They let us make suggestions and complain about things, but they never really change anything. They let us choose between Mr. Jones and Mr. Johnson, but what's the difference? The situation stays the same. We do all of the work and they take as much as they want and decide how much they'll let us keep. They live in luxury, made rich by the cotton we pick. We do all the work and have to build our own huts, grow our own food, and take care of ourselves. They leave us just enough that we don't revolt or run away. This is not freedom. We're all still slaves. They've only changed the words they use, but nothing else has changed."
And this is something you need to understand, guys. There were a few things that I want to discuss. One of them is he is open about what is actually happening. Okay? And you've heard what they say. The crowd disagrees. Yeah? So the crowd disagrees with what he is saying. So even though he's saying absolute facts that nothing has changed, now the crowd disagrees. Why? Because they were programmed every single day. Yeah, every single day that this is freedom. Yeah? That they are living a free life. But what he says is, listen up, it doesn't make sense because they live in luxury and we we don't benefit anything from it. And the more we work, the more they live in luxury. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't. Yeah. In many plantations, the harder you work, yeah, the more you need to give away. Yeah, so the harder you work, the more difference you make, the more you need to give away to these guys right here. All right? Because you need to be grateful that they give you all of the opportunities. You need to be grateful that at the end of the day, everyone in here has barely something to survive. And this is something that comes from my favorite book. And again, guys, I have a lot of favorite books. Where's this one? Yeah, this one. So guys, please, if you want to make a picture for Instagram to repost this live stream, there we go. Nice. Yeah? This one. It's called The Prince. It's one of the best books in my opinion. It is a pretty hard read. And it's not something that you should aim to finish in 1 or 2 days. But you can take this with you everywhere where you go in life. It's a very good one. And it talks about that at the end of the day, if you want to have control on someone, so if you want to control someone, you should give them enough, just enough to eat. All right? Just enough to eat. And that is what they are doing here. They are giving them just enough to eat, because if you give them less, so if they cannot afford to eat, or if you don't give them food, they're going to die. Yeah? And if you give them less, then they are really going to walk away, and then they're going to demonstrate. But if you give them just enough for them to go into survival mode, it's fine. And most people at the moment, in my opinion, are in survival mode. They get just enough. They let their wives work. Yeah, their children go to school, to kindergarten, and all of the stuff. Well, actually, in my opinion, that is what for my wife, for example, that's what brings her the happiness. All right, the family life, the family idea, and I want her to focus on that. I will make the money. Yeah, I don't want her to work. I don't want her to stress about bills. But this is something this system forces you to do, and this is something I'm not a big fan of. Again, it gives you just enough to eat. Because if it would give you enough to live a luxury life, you wouldn't be there anymore. But you would go out on your own and search things on your own, and you would make systems to do it on your own. And that is not something they want. Yeah, that's not something this guy wants. Because if he gives you enough, if he gives you a car, now you can literally drive away from the farm itself. No, you shouldn't be able to buy a car or a bike or any nice stuff. No, you should just have enough for food. Okay. And maybe somewhere in the year you can go on a small vacation, but under his side. All right, that's it. Just enough to survive. All right, that is how you keep control about people. Again, this book, it's written by it's read by the biggest guys like Napoleon, for example. This was his favorite book, and he always carried it with him. Understand that this book brought some crazy things in life. Okay, so. Again, when we're looking at this, even though you stand up, even though you go out there, they will always disagree. Because for some people, they are in survival mode. And they are scared to eventually have nothing. So they are okay with just the bread and the small house. Because they just need to survive, and at the end of the day, they are free. They just need to do some work, but at the end of the day, they can always eat. Yeah. Well, if they go outside, it's going to be worse. So we need to be very grateful that he gives us this opportunity. Yeah? Doesn't make sense.
They say we're all free and equal, but we're not. They command and we obey. That's not freedom. That's not equality. They say we're free to leave, but all that means is that we're free to be someone else's slave. Why should we work or obey the rules? We didn't agree to this. They made the system. They forced it on us. They control and rob us and call it freedom. They've deceived you into thinking that being able to choose which slave master you'll work for is the same as being free. It's
what he says, guys. Again, when you're looking at this, yeah, he says, listen up. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter which one you choose, because they will always have the same benefits. Kimmel, thank you for being here. Listen up, Kimmel. He's a friend of mine. He's a very, very, very good trader as well. He helped me with getting the quality of the streams up. I'm going to do a podcast with Kimmel soon as well, so you will see him on the channel. So Kimmel, big shout out to you. Okay.
It's not. Open your eyes. If you keep what you produce, they call it stealing. When they take what you
Wait. Sorry, guys. Da-da-da. There we go.
all still slaves. They've only changed the words they use, but nothing else has changed. They say we're all free and equal, but we're not. They command and we obey. That's not freedom. That's not equality. They say we're free to leave, but all that means is that we're free to be someone else's slave. Why should we work or obey the rules? We didn't agree to this. They made the system. They forced it on us. They control and rob us and call it freedom. They've deceived you into thinking that being able to choose which slave master you'll work for is the same as being free. It's not. Open your eyes. If you keep what you produce, they call it stealing. When they take what you produce, they call it sharing. And
Write that one down. Write that one down. If we keep what we produce, it's stealing. When they keep what they produce, it is sharing. All right? Again, guys, I want everyone to write this one down. Yeah, everyone. If we keep what we produce, it's stealing. If they keep what we produce, it's sharing. Yeah? So everything that you are producing, when you keep it for yourself, it's stealing. But when they get it and when they buy new luxury stuff from it, it is sharing. Does it make sense for you? For me, it doesn't.
fair distribution. Can't you see that this is all? Your time is up, Samuel, Mr. Smith announced calmly. At his gesture, two supervisors grabbed Samuel by the arms and led him to the whipping post. I'm sorry, Samuel, but you've broken the rules. There are rules against encouraging others not to work and encouraging others to break the rules. You're only hurting all of us with your discontentment and your complaining and your disobedience. The whip fell and Samuel let out a grunt.
Boom. And this is what I talked about again, guys. If you are the guy like Charles or like Samuel who stands up and tries to convince everyone, listen up, this thing itself doesn't make any sense, you will get blamed for it. Why? Because at the end of the day, everyone is already programmed. And understand, please, guys, if you get this feeling, just try to get out silently, all right? Because you need to understand that they are very, very much programmed. Don't go out there. Just take the people you love, and they will who will understand you. Take them with you. Some people will never ever understand it, and it's fine. All right, and they are already brainwashed, and you need to understand these are the people who are always salty to you. These are the people who are into comments from starting entrepreneurs. Look at this nerd. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God, he really thinks that he's an entrepreneur. Wait, you want to trade? Oh, no, that's a scam. No. Because again, guys, yeah, when you're looking at business models, understand that when you go out of the system, yeah, so when you go out there, try to find a business model. No, that doesn't work. That plantation doesn't work. Trading, no, that plantation doesn't work. Dropshipping, no, that plantation doesn't work. Branding, no, don't go there. It's very dangerous. Just stay here. Here it's fine. Here it's safe. Here you will get bread. Yeah? And all of the guys in the comments they will always convince you, yeah, because they are brainwashed that you shouldn't go out there. Well, I'm here to tell you, out there you will get a lot more bread. Yeah? A lot more. So maybe for you it's time to make the step and say, okay, you know what? It is time. Again, let's continue.
Without rules, without order, all would be lost. Without law, there would be chaos. We can't just behave as wild animals, each doing whatever he pleases. We must all follow the...
So when you start a movement or when you start saying something, yeah, they will always say this. Do you think that you are above the law? Are you above the law? Do you really think that you can say this? You know how good we are for you guys. You know how good we are treating you. Are you above the law? Do you want to make it a new movement? That is not nice, because our motto is that we need to work hard for mutual benefit. So stick to it. And if you're going to say something about this, you just have 2 minutes. And if that 2 minutes are not in line with what we want to preach, then you will get punished. I thought that we were free. Yeah? What is free? And again, so what is free and what is safe? What is a safe life at the moment? Is safe really living to paycheck to paycheck and needing to bring your kids to kindergarten and letting your wife work? If that is safe for you, all fine. Don't watch this stream. Yeah?
Plan and all do our duty for the betterment of everyone, and those who do not must be punished. The whip fell again, and blood flowed freely from Samuel's back. Samuel, it is you who are stealing from the others. When you don't do your assigned work, you are making more work for others. When you disobey the rules, it is you who are endangering the future of everyone else here. You are the thief. You are the criminal. You are the one trying to destroy the arrangement that keeps us all safe and prosperous. At every lash of the whip, the other workers cheered louder and louder, some yelling curses at Samuel. Being spoiled and selfish, you complain about everything, talking as if you're oppressed. But you are the one ruining things. You are the one keeping us from being all we could be. It is your greed and your rebelliousness that is hurting all of us. They all play by the rules, Mr. Smith said, gesturing at the others. What makes you think that you don't have to? You think you're above the law? There were loud yells of agreement as the whip fell again. We must maintain order, Mr. Smith proclaimed, to make this plantation great, to make it so that we can all be happy and prosperous. To have the society we want, there have to be rules. We all have to contribute our fair share.
And the crowd is happy again. Yeah? So the crowd is happy that we are punishing Samuel for what he did. The crowd is happy that we are punishing Samuel for breaking free from the system or trying to break free. Well, at the end of the day, Samuel is the only one who tried to help everyone. Yeah? But because they were so brainwashed, everyone thought that he was the bad guy. Well, actually, they are the reason why they are living like this their entire life already. And this guy saw it, and he saw the opportunity, and he tried to tell it to you. But because you were so brainwashed, you thought he was a scammer. You thought he was the bad guy. You thought he was stealing. Yeah?
To this great endeavor, and we cannot tolerate actions and attitudes that seek to undermine the amazing things that together as free men we have achieved and will continue to achieve. Mr. Jones was smiling as he gave Mr. Smith a pat on the back. The crowd was cheering so loudly that none of them had noticed that Samuel had died.
None of them had noticed that Samuel had died. And that is what they do. They will silence you until no one notices you anymore. Yeah? They will silence you until no one notices you anymore. And I'm not going to give a comparison because I think we all know which people we are talking about. All right? So that is video 1. Now I have a very short video. Again, guys, if you like this stream, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in DM what you thought of the videos, what you think of the videos, and what kind of impact it brings you. Please type it in English. Yeah? So maybe I can post it on my story, yeah, for other people to finally see this. Okay, now I want to show you guys one more video, and this is a short one, okay? So this one, let me see, boom, there we go. And if you guys like these kind of videos, please type yes in the chat, and I will continue with doing these kind of reaction videos. Okay, so let's move on to this one.
A group of scientists placed 5 monkeys in a cage and in the middle a ladder with bananas on top. Every time a monkey went up the ladder, the scientists soaked the rest of the monkeys with cold water.
All right, so just for you, we have this cage with people, yeah? People, boom, 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 yeah? Now, there is a ladder with food for the people itself, all right? So there's literally food for the people. Food right here. Now every time when someone tries to go up that ladder to help everyone, what is happening is without any reason, everyone will get punished with some rain. Rain. Heavy rain. Like, you know, the big snowflakes, boom, come on your head, all right? So every time when someone tries to get food, everyone gets punished, yeah? Same goes for now. Every time when you try to break out, so for example, if Samuel broke out, everyone in this entire thing would be punished, yeah? So if one slave would go out, everyone would need it to get those things, yeah?
After a while, every time a monkey went up the ladder, the others beat up the one on the ladder. After some time, no monkey dared go up the ladder, regardless of the temptation. Scientists then decided to substitute one of the monkeys. The first thing this new monkey did was go up the ladder. Immediately, the other monkeys beat him up. After several beatings, the new member learned not to climb the ladder, even though...
So as you guys see, the monkey tries to get up the ladder, yeah, so a complete new one. He thought it was normal, but because the other ones were so brainwashed about the previous experiences, yeah, so because everyone thought, okay, no, wait, if this happens, we will get punished. Everyone who even tries to go up the ladder itself will get hated on, all right? And again, these are the people who are telling you or trying to convince you that stepping out of it is not good. That stepping out of it, that starting your own business, that starting your trading journey, anything else is not good, all right? That's what they try to convince you every time. So again, it is the mutual benefit, I would say, okay?
Oh, he never knew why. A second monkey was substituted, and the same occurred. The first monkey participated on the beating for the second monkey. The replacements repeated until what was left was a group of 5 monkeys that, even though never received a cold shower, continued to beat up any monkey who attempted to climb the ladder. If you asked the new group of monkeys why the beatings took place, the answer would probably be,
well, I don't know. That's just how things are done around here.
And that's the thing. If you ask people, why do you get so angry if I want to start my business? Why is this the case? Why do you not believe in it and all of the stuff? They cannot even give you the right answer, right? Because they don't even know why they are attacking you. It's so ingrained in the system itself. It's so ingrained that you just need to trust one thing, one flag, and that's it. That everyone around you, when you want to make a difference for yourself, or for the people in your plantation, when you want to make the difference, everyone will hate you. And the moral of this story and the moral of this entire live stream is, please guys, just go out there. Because at the end of the day, the life that is considered safe is not safe in my eyes, okay? And that's why I said maybe people will disagree, maybe some people will agree, whatever you like, yeah? In my eyes, most people who like this system are still brainwashed and won't see it. But I think and I hope that after this video itself, a lot of people understand that this is not the way. And that you are born to do way more than this, okay? And that is why I'm doing all of these live streams, in the hope that a lot of people will see, okay, there is more outside of this plantation, and that is what I'm going to achieve. Guys, if you want to apply for my one-on-one mentorship, you can do this below, okay? It is a really, really one-on-one, so you will see me every single day. So only apply if you're a serious guy. At the end of the day, I don't like to talk with idiots. So please, only apply if you're serious. Take time if you're applying, because it's hard to actually get in, okay? Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.